فَتَقُولُ هَلْ مِن مَزِيد. It will say, are there more? Bring them. This is the attitude of hell. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also describes hell in the Quran. تَكَادُ تَمَيَّزُ مِنَ الْغَيْظِ. Hell fire is so angry it wants to rip itself apart. It's so angry. And paradise is also brought forth. وَأُزْلِفَتِ الْجَنَّةُ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And paradise is brought forth for the believers, and they have the entering that I mentioned. There's a hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, these are just some scenes from the Day of Judgment, and then I will stop. There are three people who on the Day of Judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not look at them or communicate with them at all. One of them is Shaykhun Zani, an old man. A shaykh is an old man who's a fornicator. Because this is not befitting of him. It's befitting perhaps of a young man, a teenager, you would understand. But an old man who's chasing young girls, this is not befitting of him. And this indicates that this person had a bad habit from his earliest days that he's never given up, even until his old age. He's an old man and he's still after women. This person, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not look at him. The second is a poor person who is arrogant. Very arrogant. But they have no reason to be arrogant. They are poor. They have nothing to show. But they are still arrogant. Allah will not look at them. The third is a ruler who is a liar. A ruler has no need to lie. Like I said, who's going to hold them accountable? But they lie anyway. This person, Allah will not look at them on the Day of Judgment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment also shows His rahmah, His love and compassion and forgiveness. There will be a person on the Day of Judgment who is going to hell. He will bump into someone who needs one good deed to go to paradise. And he will say to that man, you can have my good deed, I'm going to hell anyway. God, He will stop that man. And He will say to him, do you think you are more generous than me? The man will say, no. He said, you gave him, I will give you. And on that Allah will put both of them into paradise. Allah will say to him, you're not more generous than me. So both of those individuals will go into paradise together. On the Day of Judgment, a man will have his scale, there will be a scale. A man will have mountains and mountains of sins. And he will be doomed, quote unquote, doomed for hell. And then you get this little paper, and Allah says, put it on the other side of the scale. And that little paper outweighs everything else, that all of those sins that man did. On that paper it says, La ilaha illallah. That person, sincerely, in the bottom of their heart, they said and they believe that there is no God but God. They did a lot of mistakes, but God forgives. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives. On the Day of Judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show His rahmah to the believers, where people on that day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive so many of them. No one enters paradise, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, no one enters paradise except through Allah's rahmah, because Allah's love and compassion, not because of their deeds. So this is in summary, quick going through the journey of the Day of Judgment. After this, there's two eternal destinations. There is the destination of hell, and there is the destination of paradise. I am done with this series. In the next 2 weeks will be covered by Sheikh Yasser. So please do attend, and please make dua for me, make dua for my family, and make dua for yourself and your parents and for the entire ummah. Make dua specifically for those people who are suffering throughout the world, those people who do not have food, those children who are lost and wandering, looking for their parents, young children in orphanages, old people who are dying of heat in Pakistan, people who are just looking for some air and water. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the Day of Judgment easy for us. May Allah forgive us on that day. May Allah gather us with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah allow us to receive our books in our left hand and our right hands, May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put us in His shade on the Day of Judgment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to drink from the fountain of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah protect our hearts from corruption, from showing off, from self-delusion, self-admiration, self-obsession. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from all of the sicknesses of the heart. May Allah accept our fasting, forgive our shortcomings. May Allah bring victory to the Muslims wherever they may be. May Allah bring what's best for all of humanity. May Allah bring forgiveness and good doing and justice to earth and remove evil and corruption. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us. If there are any questions, I will take them. If not, we will conclude. Yes, Alhamdulillah. Yes, the jinns will be held accountable in the same exact way that humans will be. So jinns will experience everything that people do. Yes, and then I'll...
You said that before they reach the sirat, the disbelievers get pushed into hell. So, but then you said everybody passes over the sirat.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so they'll say these people will perhaps not even make it over the sirat. So the sirat is above hell. It's the bridge before hell. So when these people are pushed into hell,
they don't even make it there.
Yes. So if you think of the bridge as a physical bridge, these people are just pushed into it directly. They don't cross over and fall in or something of that nature.
So at the beginning, all the disbelievers are pushed into hell, and then later on, the not so good believers are also pushed into hell?
The believers are not pushed into hell. The non-believers, you're saying?
You said at the beginning the non-believers pushed into hell. Then you said the believers get their books, and some of them have it in their right hand, some of them have it in their left hand, some of them behind their back.
Yeah, the time is not, when I was speaking, I was not speaking in chronological order. So you were talking about when I said that the people follow the person they are, yes, in that case they are followed, but then I mentioned that before.
The book comes first.
The book comes first, yes. So these people receive their books, and then they are taken as a group to hell. Okay, yes, Habibi. The angels, some narrations mention that they die. Some of them maybe stay alive, I don't know.
I think the order also of the house is before Salah, because some people will, Prophet Muhammad will call them, come drink, and the angels will reject them and say, no, you will know what they have done after.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was after Salah, already passed. So it must be before Allah.
Yeah, so this Jazakallah khair. The Kawthar may have been before the Sirat and maybe after. Maybe I was mistaken. Perhaps it is before the bridge. But I'll review that, inshallah. Any other questions?
Did you mention anything about Araf?
Araf is more related to hell and heaven because people are there.
Fate is not decided.
Yeah, I was going to mention it, but I left it for, because the people eventually, when you speak of the Araf, especially in the Quran, a lot of it is describing hell, looking between hell and heaven.
Their deeds are equal.
Their deeds are equal. These are people, there's a place called Al-Araf where they're kind of in the middle between heaven and hell. I left that for perhaps Sheikh Yasser.
There's a narration that eventually they'll be admitted to Jannah.
Yes, inshallah.
Because Allah will say that, I'll give you one more extra, like say $1. Then
Yes, inshallah, the people in the Araf, inshallah, they will make it to paradise, inshallah. Any other questions? Yes?
People who are already dead in the grave will not be able to see the day of judgment.
No, they don't see the day of judgment.
Only after the second trumpet,
Yes.
souls, they will come to life and then they will be able to see.
Yes. Any other questions? Yes.
Sometimes even like Nama's graves or things like that, or in different years, people are buried in the same graves. How does the grave get responsible? Because if one person's aman are more better and the grave is more comfortable for that person, and another person is buried or is buried after that, the aman is not that good and the grave is not so merciful on that person. So is it the different rule for both persons, for both the dead, it's different?
Yes, the grave for every person is different. So two people may be in the same grave, experiencing different things. And some people don't even make it to a grave, right? Some people die in a plane crash, some people are eaten by an animal, but they still experience the quote-unquote grave. Yes,
You said last week people in the graves, they don't actually enter heaven or hell until the day of judgment.
yes.
But during the Isra Mi'raj, didn't the Prophet, peace be upon him, see the prophets in heaven and he saw people being tortured in hell?
Yes, the Prophet ﷺ did see that. However, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may have taken him into the future to see that. Because the hell and heaven, people are not in hell and heaven yet. However, when we think of the hereafter, like I said, it's like deja vu. You can think like there's moments where you can cross into time, into different dimensions of time. So the Prophet ﷺ, if you think about it, he prayed with all of the prophets in one place, but they were all dead, right? And they didn't all die there. So it must be, his journey must have been a place beyond time. So could Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala show you paradise now with people in it? Yes. But does that mean that that's happening right now? No. Sometimes you have a dream that something happened in this world, and then you come back to life, you wake up, and then you live it. So what does that mean? That means that the future is already created. But we, as a creature, did not reach there yet. So Allah, in your dream, takes you to the future, you see the future, you come back when you wake up, and then as time goes on, it may take 10 years, but you